There is an NES game that exists primarily in whispers. Hushed murmurs and rumors spread across game rooms and used game stores across the entire globe. A game that, by all means, has earned the title of legendary. Now, this isn't something that was given away at events like the Nintendo World Championship card, and it wasn't some sort of super rare prototype or demo card either. No, this game was commercially available, and if you were lucky, or insanely smart, or perhaps traveled back in time to give your former self financial advice, you were able to purchase one at retail. In fact, as of the making of this video, out of the 10 most expensive Nintendo Entertainment System games on price charting, this game ranks at number 9. And out of those top 10 is the only one that was ever commercially available for purchase at retail in a brick-and-mortar store. I am, of course, talking about Little Samson. So, why is this little NES cartridge worth more than my POS 2007 Toyota Corolla? Well, that's a bit of a loaded question. And to answer it, we're going to have to go all the way back to 1992. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System has been going strong for over a year now after its release in November of 1990. However, the NES still had strong staying power in the living rooms of gamers everywhere. Nintendo recognized this and continued to make games for it, even going as so far to release a modified, condensed top-loading model in 1993, up until its final discontinuation in 1995 with the release of the final NES game, Wario's Woods. That was only a year before the Nintendo 64 came out in 1996. That's kind of crazy and something you would never see nowadays. But that is also the kind of pressure that took this piece of coal and forged it into a beautiful, pristine diamond. So we are smack dab in the middle, that 5-year limbo period where the NES was still kind of around, but just not Nintendo's primary console. Now that translated into fewer and fewer copies of NES games being manufactured. Now 2 really good examples of this is Battletoads Double Dragon and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fight. Both of those games were primarily Super Nintendo games, but also received versions on the NES. So the gamers that hadn't yet bought the newest console, or parents who were reluctant to buy their kids another console when they still had a perfectly good NES on the shelf, could still experience a version of the game. But this is where Little Samson differs. Despite being released at this time, it was only released on the NES. Its US release received little to no fanfare or marketing, so sales were pretty disappointing. This led to the publisher Taito not manufacturing any more copies after its first run. Now, there are no concrete sales figures or manufacturing numbers available for this, but it is believed that there is somewhere around 10,000 copies that were manufactured. Really not all that many in the grand scheme of things, and how many of those are still around? Hard to say. But that isn't the only reason that Lil Sammy is so dang expensive. A lot of weird oddity games like this have an inflated price mostly just because of their low production runs. Sometimes the games are objectively not great, or just kind of mid. But in this case, Little Samson is one of, if not perhaps the best NES game ever released. Now, of course, that is a completely subjective statement, but wow. Lil Sammy had behind it the creators of Strider and Ghouls and Ghosts, as well as one of the developers of Mega Man, and it shows. The level of polish and tight gameplay that this game has places it as what you would consider nowadays a AAA title. Unfortunately, it just didn't receive the marketing it needed and had a weird name, Little Samson. It's completely unrelated to the biblical figure and the plight of the Israelites, and I guess they just thought the name sounded cool. This game is not only a super rare statement piece that is worthy of curation as the centerpiece of a collection, but it is also just so darn good. So good, in fact, and I'm going to play it right now. Now, playing Little Samson on an original cartridge is not something many people get to do, and honestly, I am so crazy humbled just to have it here in front of me, holding it and talking about it for you guys. Let alone, I get to play it in its actual original format. That is something that I will not be taking for granted. But before we get playing it, this copy is authentic. I'll throw some pictures up on the board here.
It's like having a child open on the operating table.
But because this game is so rare and so freaking good, there are a lot of fakes out there. Now granted, a lot of people are willing to get a fake or reproduction cartridge just to have a way to play such a good game on their original hardware, and granted, given the circumstances, I think that's totally justifiable. But it is still necessary to check a game like this to make sure it's authentic before even considering purchasing it for a store like ours. Which we did that, and it's real, and we bought it, and it is actually available for sale right now at Nostalgic Video Games and our website, nostalgicvideogames.com. We have authenticated it and tested it, and we have also provided a reprinted replica box as well as a reprinted manual at no extra cost. Even though this technically is just a loose copy, it deserves the replica box and manual to really make it stand out as the centerpiece of your collection. Now these replicas are super high quality, a really nice box and manual that also come with a foam brick and little dust sleeve. And we are by no means passing off this box and manual as actual originals and selling this at complete price. We're still selling it at loose price with no extra charge. We just really thought that this deserved something more. Just a little treat to reward for the lucky gamer that gets to go home with this thing. Now this video also kind of serves as a seal of authenticity kind of thing for our online store. To actually show this thing off, pictures of it, pictures of the board, show it working, because if I were going to spend the cash on this, I would want to see that. Anyways, I'm done yammering. Let's pop this bad boy in and see if it really is one of the best NES games ever made.
So, without further ado, so this game has two difficulties, easy and normal. Normal has permadeath and a whole lot more enemies, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to play on easy so I can actually show off more of the game than I would if I was playing normal. So for this first round, it gives you a choice between 4 different levels, as well as a choice between 4 different characters. You have the first level, which you play as Samson. The second level, which you play as this little dragon dude. The third, which you play as this golem guy. And the fourth, you play as a little rat. But yeah, we might as well start with Samson. So Samson plays a lot like Mega Man. A to jump, you do a cool little spinning animation. B, you throw rocks, a yo-yo or something, and you can crouch. And Samson can also climb on walls and ceilings. So I mean, right off the bat, you can already tell how much of a technical marvel this game is. Being released on the Nintendo Entertainment System, this might be one of the best examples of what the NES can actually do. So this game at its heart is an action platformer where you jump around on all these 2D platforms, as well as you have the ability of whatever character you're playing as. I just absolutely love the sprites in this game. I mean, even the enemies just have this gorgeous little look to them. Samson is probably the most vanilla out of all of them, but even then he still looks great, and he has these really good animations, especially that spinny jump animation. I just love the way that that looks. This is a really good background to show it off on. Upgrades. Alrighty, so we beat the level, and we get to the knight who brings us to the castle. Next up, we have Dragon Duder. So this character plays totally different, where you can fly for 5 seconds by holding down the A button after jumping, and you have a fire attack that arcs upwards. Oh, it's just like Simon's Quest. Ooh. So these little cyclones sort of grab you and whisk you away. So they really screw up how you're trying to fly around. I gotta say the dragon is probably my favorite sprite in this entire game. Not only is he adorable, but he has some really good animations, and that green color is just so cute. Look at him. Look at him. And there we go. Now we get to play as this golem dude. Now this guy moves a whole lot slower, but he has a very stretchy punch here that can go up as well as down. So unlike Samson, you can sort of attack upwards and downwards. But yeah, he walks way slower. And he also can't duck. But a cool thing about this character is that he can walk on spikes, unlike all of the other characters. Perks of being a giant metal golem, I suppose. And there we go, we made it to the castle. Now we get to play as my second favorite, Stinky Little Rat. So you move a whole lot faster, as well as being able to run along and upside down walls similar to Samson, but now you're only 1 block tall. And instead of having a projectile that you throw, you have a little bomb that you can leave behind, kind of similar to how Samus's works when she's in her little orb state. I just love the way this little rat looks. And he's so cute. Whoa! Now the rat also has the least health out of everybody in the game. But one thing about this game is that you do get to upgrade your characters along the way. Alrighty, so we all answered the call. And here we are in the king's quarters, and he drops down the magical jingle bell from the Polar Express. But the dragon is mad, so you have to defeat the dragon in a little one-on-one duel here. Ooh. God dang it. Oh, jeez. Once you get him in one spot, you can kind of beat him into submission here, but it takes a little bit of finagling. And this game does work on a password save instead of a battery save, so if you want to restart, you gotta save that password. And now, once we have all 4 characters unlocked, we get this beautiful overworld. And now, if we press start, we can switch between all of these 4 characters depending on what the situation calls for. So I'm just gonna start out as Samson here. I love these dudes, they look so cute. Yeah, they do that. Like weird marble Kirby's. The soundtrack in this game is a little one note, because instead of having individual soundtracks for each stage, you just have each character's theme, which then kind of repeats over and over whenever you're playing as them. But for the most part, the music is still good. I do enjoy the themes of all of these characters. Alright, so here we have a little spot that we have to switch to our little rat buddy. These little flying gargoyle dragon things are hard to dodge. Uh-oh. I just absolutely love the way that this boss looks. One of the coolest things about this game is the sprite work of all of the bosses just looks so beautiful. Oh Lord. Oh, dang it. Damn it. Ouch. And now we have our next world. Oh, jeez. Oh. That was scary. I had to switch to Samson real fast so I could grab onto a ledge. I like these little dragon dudes. Ooh, what does this mean? A little boat. Leaf boat. That's a 1-up, baby. Little Sampy needs some health here. Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh, jeez. He snuck up on me. Let's get this punk. So yeah, the dragon's definitely the best one to use here, because we can fly with him. And we can take advantage of this sort of upward arc of his fire. Okay. Ah, dang it. The golem's pretty good too, because he does a lot of damage with his one punch. What the heck? No! What the heck is this? That is terrifying. It's just like Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Ooh, I thought that was, like, nice. Okay, so where we got stuck last time, we need to make sure to jump onto the ceiling and climb over before the crab gets there. Yeah, I think it's right here, yeah. Bro. Or... there we go. Ah! Oh, jeez. Who the heck is this? Oh, great. Oh, I have very little health. Okay, well, his relatively easy to figure out. He sort of... ah, dang it. Oh my god, the crab's watching at the bottom. Okay, so you just gotta fill him full of rocks or whatever, and when he does that sparkle thing, he attracts you to him. And he also shoots a little projectile that you gotta dodge while you're being tractor beamed. Ow, don't touch him. That hurts a lot. Oh, I cannot afford one more hit. Damn it! Oh, I was so close. Okay, we got it this time. Okay, we're in the exact same position we were last time. Oh, the bell. Was that a secret boss that I just stumbled upon? Oh, now we're in Scary Forest. Ooh, spooky skull. Love my little mousy friend. I do not like this water. You're real slow in it. So let's bypass it. But we can of it anyways. Whoa. Oh my god, it's Flappy Bird. Okay, we're just gonna run past all these guys. Okay, so the mouse pretty much runs along top of the water. Doesn't have to worry about a single thing. Well, except whatever this is. Oh my god. That is horrifying. What is this? What is it, and what is it gonna do? I don't think I'm doing any damage to it. You have to hit its, like, open mouth or something. So I think the dragon's gonna be good here, because I can sort of arc up towards his mouth. Yeah, there we go. It's like a big weird... It's like if Gyarados was Nightmare Fuel. Yes! Okay, dragon is best strat here. Whoa! I don't like that. Huh. Ow! That was very rude. Okay. Well, dragon's big hurty now. Oh, that was scary. There's so much to this game. There's so many levels. And there's so many abilities, so many bosses. Okay, well this is scary. Okay, so these blocks stay there. They just... The lighting changes. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is scary. Ah, damn. Okay, so what I need to do here is start, switch to Golem, we fall through. Ah, dang it. Oh, it's so hard to jump and grab onto those walls. Good thing they put a 1-up right at the front here. God damn. I was grabbing. Oh, damn. Oh. Come on. It's so finicky with the climbing mechanic. You have to be pointing at the thing and holding down A, which is also the jump button, which makes things complicated when you introduce all this parkour platforming stuff. Oh. This is what purgatory is. I'm having so much fun, but I'm full of so much rage. I just walk right off the edge.
Long story short, yes. Yes, it is. Again, the fact that I'm just holding this thing is insane. Like, I can't process it. It's like a weird spiritual thing. Most people never get to even see an official copy of this game, let alone hold it with their greasy, slimy little gamer mitts. It really is beautiful. But this game truly is an artifact. It is an important historical artifact, and it belongs in a museum, and deserves to be archived. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know in the last video, I said that would be the last video we do in this studio before moving, but something big came up. And by big, I mean the most expensive item to come into nostalgic video games for the entire 2.5 years I've been working there, and perhaps the entire time we've been open, period. I don't know, I'll have to fact check that. So I had to drop everything and just do something about it. Again, this game is on display at Nostalgic Video Games. If you want to just come by and see it, look at it for yourself, you can. But it is also for sale, both in-store and online. And if it sells online, we're going to package this thing like a fragile little robin's egg. It will be thoroughly packaged and insured. We just want to make sure that you guys can buy one of the best games ever made for the NES in confidence. So thank you for tuning in to Nostalgic Video Games, and we'll see you next time.